We begin this FPS not with the usual intro, but instead a multitudes of sounds. The sound of people working, in fact, backstage, people hurrying, going to and from, but we see a backstage that's seemingly empty. The only thing being moving around, seemingly headsets, hats, and pairs of gloves that just float across. We see one of these approach a door with the name Mike printed onto a star, onto it, and then open it. Mr. Standee, sir, you're on in 3 minutes. Thank you, bud. Going into the room itself, we see our titular host, Mike Standee, getting himself set, tidying up his tie, making sure that his hairline is straight with just a little bit touched up at the very end. And as we see him look himself in the mirror, we can see pictures of himself with other folks. A younger Redcon with a pompadour, a arms around each other, and a small like ale just on either hand of them. We see him and Phil Crypto with a pair of like billiard sticks, with a pair of with a pool table behind them, as well as half a photo that's been completely that seems to be completely made out of static, with Phil, not with Phil, but with Mike and an arm around it, pointing towards the camera. And then we see Mike talk to himself and say, "All right, Mike, tonight's your pilot episode. You got this. You got this." And the scene shifts over to the set. We see bright lights illuminating a multiple different podiums set aside for what seemingly a band, instruments laid to the side. We see a desk elevated slightly higher than the rest of the place, with a pair of 2 chairs next to it. And then we see last call. All right, we're going live in 3, 2, 1. The intro song begins to play. We see Mike coming onto the screen as invisible hands pick up the instruments and seemingly begin to play an intro theme. Yeah. Mike comes on screen, but he's missing his head. We just see a normal walking, just his body walk forward. And before noticing that his head is missing, you see somebody call from up above, "Hey, buddy, you're looking for something?" And the head gets thrown down, and Mike catches it and begins bouncing it like a basketball. He then runs towards his desk, and we see from behind a panel, a basketball hoop pop open, and Mike fucking dunks his own head onto the thing, falling and landing upon his own body and chair. Welcome, everybody, to the late night speech bubble. Good to have you, my live studio audience. I see you over there. He blows a kiss to the live studio audience before finally the invisible hands continue playing the songs. Here with me tonight, I have quite the interview set up aside with musical stylings by the invisible hands. We see the hands begin waving towards the camera and of themselves. Tonight, I bring you forth somebody with a goal. Somebody who's very goal-oriented, in a sense. An interview with a creature beyond our understanding. Tonight, we are interviewing the Thrall for a pilot episode. With the end of the song. Hey, Thrall.
Yeah.
Wherever you were before this, the Thrall blinks, right?
They do blink.
Yeah. You blink, and you're suddenly not here on the chair, but off stage left.
All right. There's a pause. and they very immediately are taking in all of their surroundings.
Well, Mr. Thrall, don't leave us waiting. We know you're back there.
What on earth? They they hear a voice. Yep, they're gonna step forward. Very, like, I would say curiously, but really it's more like it's actually kind of a confident stride. They are, yeah.
Now, as you step forward, we see clapping get on stage as a large applause button goes up, coming from seemingly nowhere.
Oh, that they pause mid walk of what the hell is this? Like the body language is very much what the hell is this?
Oh, come on, it's not like you've never been to an interview before, have you, Thrall?
I dare say it has been some time.
You see Mike stands up and walks towards you and holds out a hand. Mike Standee!
They will, in fact, take his hand and give it a shake. Well, it seems you already know who I am.
Quite. Our research team did quite a number to get some information on you. And he goes back on his decks and begins stacking a bunch of papers, all of them blank.
Yes! Thrall is... They are so confused. They were in the manor. They were doing some research, and now they're here.
I hope the makeup department didn't give you too much trouble. I know they usually take a little longer with the new guest.
Do permit me one question.
Well,
Where
it's usually
am I?
Well, tonight you're at the late night speech bubble in the middle of a high rise in middle nowhere.
That is, Thrall is just racking their brain like, do I know anything about this? Do I know anything? What is going on?
You know what? Fuck it. I'll let you roll a history check.
Yeah, alright. I don't think you realize their history, but...
No, that's fine. I know what stats you have.
Yeah. Cause that's a 29.
That's a 29?
Yeah.
The late night speech bubble. Mike Standee himself doesn't give you any particular... by the way, I'm fucking coming up with most of this bullshit on the spot. Mike doesn't have a backstory.
Yeah.
The name's Mike Standee doesn't give you anything, but the late night speech bubble... I mean, speech bubble is one of the oldest Toonish forms of communication, so...
Mm-hmm.
A TV show, a set, these are things that you are aware of, if perhaps maybe not familiar with.
Correct.
For somebody to be able to pull you here, they must have been very powerful.
Yeah. There is intense math happening here.
Mm-hmm. Well, come on, take a seat.
One second.
Oh, shit. Technical difficulties, folks. Well, I hope everything's okay.
Apologies. Our cat hit our laundry.
Is your cat okay?
Yes, he's fine.
Okay.
The laundry went missing and needed to be found. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, cool.
Brain. So Thrall is taking all of this in. There is intense math happening here. Uh, and eventually they conclude, okay, this is nonsense. Let's go.
Good. I like that. Huh.
So they come over and they will take a seat, which is probably when they notice what the fuck they're wearing, and there's a pause, and they don't look happy.
Well, nice to have you on tonight, Mr. Thrall. Mr. Mrs. Smith, what do you prefer? Any?
There are. I have no preference.
Perfect. Well, it's good to have you on, Mr. Thrall. Now, for a review episode, I thought getting somebody of high caliber like yourself might make for some good TV. Now, I do have one question, if you don't mind me asking. Let's start us off with an easy one. Who is the Thrall?
You get a head tilt. And before they answer that, they do ask another. They ask another question instead. Am I to assume that I will be permitted to leave once I answer your questions?
Absolutely. I mean, that would be rude of me if I didn't let you.
Very well, then. To answer your question, I am exactly what I am. I am the Thrall. I am a Thrall.
Doing a quick Google check as to what the definition of Thrall is.
A magical, servant bound by magic.
Quite the interesting response, my good friend. You're bound to serve somebody, is what I'm understanding.
Indeed. One might say I'm bound to serve many.
Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. This is where I am. I have to improvise these fucking questions, and I am dying.
You're doing fine.
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself? You serve somebody. Who do you serve specifically?
Well, as I said, there are many. Many before, and many will be after.
I see. Just what's gig economy is what they call it nowadays, if I understand.
You get a head tilt.
Completely understandable. We all gotta make ends meet. Hell, even I've Ubered Ebered.
Ebert.
Even I've Ebered a couple of meals in my day before I made it all the way up here.
God. Thrall. I'm gonna say they know this, but they don't seem to respond. But they do eventually kind of incline their head. There is one of the more, we'll say, publicly known entities that I serve is I serve the Nightmare Heart in the Nightmare Carnival.
The Nightmare Heart. That's a name I haven't heard in years.
They were just recently freed from being sealed away.
Is that right? Well, I hadn't heard about that one. How did that happen?
That was long ago. It was to protect it, if my understanding is correct. They were locked away, and within the last 2 years, I believe. I managed to convince someone to help me go and acquire the sealed container that held the Nightmare Heart.
Hmm.
And now it is free once more.
I see. An interesting development for all Toonkind, I see. Now, that was one of your goals, but it's not your main goal, as far as I understand it, correct?
That they kind of again, you get they kind of tilt their head. Well, now, what do you think my goal is?
Well, my good uh, well, my good friend, our research tells that you've been quite a busy person. Um, we see a screen pop up from behind Mike
Mhm.
with scenes of like different FPSs you've had, different games, stuff like that.
Uh, there's notably there is a rooftop chase. Actually, there's 2 rooftop chases. Uh, there is a what looks to be like an exchange in a forest clearing. There looks to be a meeting in a library. There looks to be a fight in a cave. There's there is so much. They have in fact been very busy.
Quite a busy person you make yourself, aren't you?
Well, unfortunately, it would seem the plot has taken notice of some of my workings.
Isn't that just the worst? I'm so glad I'm plot free, my friend. Been sober since 5 years now.
Thrall kind of reclines back. If only I would be so lucky.
Now that's not why I brought a little clip show up here, though. All of this doesn't seem like everything worked towards freeing the Nightmare Heart. As far as I understand it, your goal is a lot bigger than that. Honestly, that's what I like about you, Thrall. You got yourself a goal and you maintain it. You work on it. No matter who gets in the way.
You make this seem like this is my goal and my goal alone.
Well, I'm not privy to anybody else who has a shared interest apart from your current employer.
Ah, there we go. As I said, Mr. Standee, I am the Thrall. I am here to serve, and I serve my master, and my master's wishes. My goal is his goal.
Really? Because from my understanding, you did have something before that's not a goal of your current employer. And there is somebody on the screen, uh, somebody who the Thrall does recognize the thing.
Yeah.
You two seem
They
very close.
Thrall gets very still. They they were my dear colleague. We worked together for many years, many centuries.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. Thrall, like, Thrall, the look Thrall fixes towards the audience.
Oh, it wasn't the audience. That came out of nowhere.
Oh, even better. Thrall is just eyes in a void, but you get the feeling that it is a scowl.
Oh, my good friend. Everybody wants something eventually. I mean, I do wonder, why did you take up your current employer? What do you get out of it?
You make it seem as if I had a choice in the matter.
You didn't.
Indeed not.
Do you resent that?
No, not at all.
Can you resent that?
I don't think I would.
I see. Well, throughout your other adventures, throughout your other jobs, I've seen, you've made quite the interesting cases. Can I share my 2 cents, or should I say 2 nickels?
Thrall kind of inclines their head in a and motions in a go ahead.
Gregory Danthew, wizard, warlock. Recently, from my understanding, in a relationship. And there's a hold on. What's your connection?
Again, that scowl is very apparent, but they steeple their fingers. He was my warlock for a short time. And also, they do like the little kind of like wave of their head. Also an asset I had acquired prior. In a prior dealing with his parent.
I see. What's Gregory's parents' name again?
Henrik.
Henrik. Quite an interesting fella. Love to have him over for a night.
You would need to get my permission then. Henrik is currently in my employ.
Perhaps something we can discuss once we're off air. Let's not talk.
Make arrangements.
Let's not talk business while we're here. I mean, he's not the only person that you've purchased. Is that the word?
Gregory was the only one promised. Gregory was the only one given to me as payment. I do not make a habit of accepting living beings as payment.
No, but perhaps you do accept puppets. And on the screen, what is? Oh my god, what is their name? Hex.
Chateau.
Chateau.
Hey, my girl.
Yeah. Chateau shows up on the screen.
They sit up a little straighter. You know about them.
Oh, I saw the whole thing. And we see the cart chase, cart chase, the Grunkle John Terran open his shirt, which has been blurred, been blurred for TV. We see just everything that just clips and scenes that happened in Uncanny Cargo. followed by the opening of Chateau. Um, Quite the interesting individual you got there. Manages to eat all magic that comes near. I do have
Yes,
to
the
wonder.
Thaumavorr. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, but I do have to wonder. Um, what do you have to do to get yourself somebody like that?
To simplify it, my goals. Again, they are the goals of my master, but for the moment we will simplify. My goals require the removal of a considerable amount of magic.
You could
One
say a
creature
pillar.
such. Oh, they get quiet and very still.
It's funny, the ironic thing, using an eraser to erase something.
You would know as well as I that you do not simply erase a god.
Believe me, I tried that in my 20s, folks. Looking at the audience, did not work out like you might think. Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Love this.
Look, this is mostly an excuse to use my soundboard.
I love it. Thrall is sitting up straight in their seat and they say, one does not simply remove or kill a god, but you can change one. You could replace one, in theory.
Right, right. I understand that completely. Take the God's part and put it somewhere else. Basics. That's basic religion 101.
They're nodding. And to do that, you need to weaken that. You need to weaken that deity. Ideally at what would be the source of its power, or a significant location of its power. And with something like that Thaumavorr, one would not be enough. It would still break apart with all of that magic. But with numerous, it could be done.
Interesting. And, you know, I do have to wonder for the folks in the audience who are here, what would that entail for everybody else down, for all those nobodies down below?
Well, for one thing, there would be no more erasure events, no more fear of history being erased, no more fear of them just being wiped off the planet in a snap. They would actually be able to grow and flourish and not have a fear of being reset back to square one.
You know, Thrall, you honestly make a good pitch. Why haven't you told anybody else this?
People tend to get a little cagey when you start mentioning removing gods from power.
What have gods ever done for us anyways? Had a beer with a couple of them back in the 80s, and look at where I'm now.
Indeed. I was about to say, indeed, look at where you are now.
I got a pretty sweet gig here, and got my friends, got my audience, and got my interviewee. That's all I ever need.
I just got handed Thrall trying to turn this around onto him and interview him.
Nice try.
Yeah. Just, oh, really? Is that sure? Are you sure that is something? Are you sure that is all you want?
Now, call me. I'm pretty sure, my friend. Now, call me Alexandra. But I do believe there was a certain event that occurred recently that pissed you off immensely. Can you tell me about that? When your library burned down?
Ah, when Mr. Danthew saw fit to burn part of my archive. Yes, that was.
Quite the spectacle, isn't it? And you see the event gets pulled up on the screen.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah. Thrall creaking in their chair, like, yeah.
So much knowledge lost to the world, lost to the ages. We have copies of all of it back here, but can't release it. Executives would kill me.
The Thrall just filing that little tidbit away.
Ha! Can't piss off the stockholders. Now, Thrall, you've been a very, very good sport so far. Believe me, better than some of the interviews I've held beforehand before the last erasure. I do have to ask, is there anything you'd like to say to the rest of the audience as we talk? There's quite a few folks here to see you tonight. Hello? Am I dying? Hello? Oh yeah, I'm dying. Fuck. Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
What was the last thing you heard from me?
Fuck. My brain already died. Thrall had said it was a setback and nothing more.
I see. I didn't hear that part.
Okay.
Now, Thrall, you've been a very good sport with me tonight. I do have one last thing for you. There's quite a few folks out here tonight that are here to watch you, pointing at the live audience and themselves. Is there anything you want to say to any of them, or to me in particular?
Oh man. Thrall glancing at the audience. I'm trying to think, actually, if they would say anything. Removing something like erasure will not be... It will not be a simple process, but once the dust settles, it will be for the best.
You heard that tonight, folks. Lots to think about. Erasure events stopping forever. The Nightmare Carnival's return, and just in general, the Servant of Servants. Tonight, you've heard it all. Thank you so much, Thrall. And you see Mike walks from behind the desk to shake your hand.
They stand and they'll take his hand.
Thank you so much. You made quite the impression for a pilot episode in of itself.
I have to wonder how this... I have to wonder what kind of audience you reach to.
I hope a large one. Feel free to pop in any other time for the audience. And with that, the Invisible Hands, the band on stage. Play us out, band. The main theme begins playing back up again. Mike and Thrall continue to conversing, I would say, as they walk off stage hand and the camera pulls back. And once the song is over, all of the audience members, wherever they were, wherever they may have been, return back as if no time had passed with all of the memories that they had here, including you, Thrall.
Yeah, excellent.
With that,
Thrall voice, I need to beef up security again.
that was the late night speech bubble. Thank you so much for listening. It's short FPSs.
Yeah.
Supposed to cover one like 30-minute section of like what an actual interview would sound like.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. This was great. This is like a great trial run.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Thank you, audience, for joining. I'm actually thinking these FPSs are probably going to be kept short because having to improv like 3 hours with material is not fun.
No.
I hope
honestly,
I
think like 30 to 40 minutes was a good, yeah.
Yeah, I hope I asked good questions.
Yeah, you did. That was really good.
Perfect. I'm going to stop recording now, and but thank you everybody who's listening. Thank you anybody who else is listening. If you want to be part of that studio audience that was there tonight, contact Hex.
Yeah, contact me.
Yeah, contact Hex. That is all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.